Hello good people, this is what it's all about, isn't it? Relaxing. Well, the saga of the Bullied Pacifics is now over. The main problem was Tor, the locomotive on the front of this two loco consist, and I must have put in about 10 hours on it, one way or another. And it all started off with me just wanting to add brake rods and front couplings and other things like Sir Frederick Parle's already got, right? But a few things I want to say, and what I didn't realise that I was doing when I was using that lethal but good super glue, which you have to be so careful with. I dropped some super glue on the driving wheel sets of this engine without me knowing it. A little bit of glue got onto it, so it wasn't a metal burr after all that was causing that bloody noise. It was a blob of super glue, but it looked like metal under the magnifying glass. Anyway, as you know, I've given it a complete strip down, thinking it was the main driving gear or the idle gear or even the gear in between those two. But after checking the main two outer ones, and I couldn't really get the centre one, but it looked good looking down at it, and cleaning them all up with terps and greasing them all up, and then finding that inspection the blob of glue on the left hand rear driving wheel of this loco, I thought that's it. So I took my Stanley out and removed it, cleaned everything up, and I took the liberty of hard wiring the decoder in. That's just some electronics that were taken out, and carefully put them all back in again, you know, and there she is. Now I'll put this on the Model Railway Forum Facebook page, I remember, and I just said it was metal glue. I was too embarrassed to admit that I'd dropped glue on it, when in fact I explained to them that it was metal burring off the wheels, which is really unheard of. It doesn't really happen on model railways. It was glue, but I never admitted that. I just said it was something that I found on the wheel and took it off. But unfortunately I managed to get some glue on the tender of Sir Frederick Pile, or it could have been the other way round, I don't know, because the tender's been swapped over. And there's a little bit of glue marks on the cab of Tor, which you might be able to spot. See the cab there, this left hand side. Sort of patches there, but it's worse on that tender's okay, but it's this one. And see all that? That's all glue marks, which you can never get it off. It's just stuck like that, so I have to assume it's a little bit weathering now. But luckily, it didn't do too much damage. So yeah, and listen to them. And they've now got the same decoders in, you see. So that was causing I think it was Tor had a gauge master decoder in it to run slightly faster than Sir Frederick Pole, but now they run beautifully together, don't you think? And I just spent this morning, I got up, I put the body on, I put taped it all up in there, you know, carefully putting the wires. There's been some soldering going on at the back. There's so much work going on in this thing. And what I want to check, what's the tension like there between the two of them? There's a slight little bit of pull there between, yeah, look, it's caught up then. So they're just, that's how it should be. They're just sort of slightly buffeting each other very gently. And I've got them running at 20, which is nice and smooth. I mean, you wouldn't, on the southern region, you wouldn't get double-headed express trains with two bullies on the front. It's not necessary because they're such powerful engines, and these are the West Country and the Battle of Britain of the class. The merchant navies, which were bigger, could pull even more. They had a great attractive effort. So these were, you know, very powerful engines. The only time you see these two running like this, or even three, would be depot moves or moving one engine to another. At the most, BR would put express engines double up on an express passenger train just to move a loco. It wasn't usually there for pulling power, unless it had failed, of course, and they didn't have anywhere to take it to be towed off to the works. You see, it's got a hot axle box, that sort of thing, you know. But yeah, it's just so satisfying after hours and hours of work and painstaking, you know, investigation, that this is what we're looking at. Look at that, not a murmur. Beautiful. I've oiled it all up, you know, put some silicone grease in the axles as well, and yeah, they're just beautiful, and I like to have them, you know. And I've learnt about the gears on these locos, you know, so and I saved all the electrical gubbins I took out, put them in a box, because you never know when you might need bits, parts off of them, you know. And yes, Tor's still got no brake rods on it, because one of them fell off and I can't find it, so I may add them on still, but I realise now that I must cover those wheels up with something if I'm going to do that. I never want to go through that again, you know. It was an absolute nightmare, you know. These things have got all separately handed screws. You've really got to know what goes where, you know, and yeah, when you take them apart, I mean, look at that. That's actually attached to the body there. That's the locomotive speedo cable, and you have to unscrew the conrod nut to get it away from the body. Same with pile. So yeah. Anyway, I think we'll leave it there. I don't know what else to say. Just there's not a sound coming from these two. There's no clicking noise, no thudding noise. Just the weight of the locos going over the track. That's all you can hear. So we'll bring them to a nice stop. Take in the lovely bullied detail, and then we'll call it a day. So I'll just bring them to a nice stop, slowing down now. Look at that. Those white discs were route indicator discs. I don't know what that denotes. I just stuck them on there because I thought it looked good. Look at that pipework there. And she's got her front coupling on as well, so it's not even affecting the way that is working. Same with pile. Yeah, same, it's got those marks, but they're stuck there now. What we've got there, yeah. Look at that. Perfect symmetry. That's a really good sign when they do that. That little sort of, you know. That means the motors and the decoders are working exactly the same, because they've now got the same decoders in. Anyway, I've said that before. Thanks for watching.